Look over there and say, hi, I'm Charles.
Hi, I'm Charles.
Yeah! Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. Thank you for joining me today. Hopefully you guys are doing well despite everything in the world right now. It's kind of crazy times, as I mentioned quite a few times here, but I like to kind of mentally check in with you guys. Just hope that you're, you're staying sane in there. You're staying, productive as much as you can when you're on quarantine. Anyway, we're going to go into live ladder. We'll talk about Makarious in just a second. All right, guys, so here we go. Oh, against Viper. So Makarious hit me up and he's like, dude, 8,350 trophies. I'm closing in on 8,400 trophies, and I'm free to play. And I'm like, dude, I see your gold name, man. I see your gold name. And he's like, yeah, but I've never bought X, Y, and Z. I only have 2 emotes, and I've only bought a Royal Pass. And I'm like, dude, I've made this mistake too many times. You are not free to play, but I'll say, you spent under 50 bucks. You never even played a grand challenge before on his account. So I thought that, a lot of you guys request Makarious come on the channel. It's probably his 4th or 5th time here on the channel of all time, because he's been playing this Mortar Hog deck that is so free to play friendly for so long and just having a tremendous amount of success with it. So I figured we'd bring him on here. End of season, surely we're going to be going against some of the best in the game, starting with Viper, aka Happy Noob, as our first opponent. It's Hog versus Hog. Hog off meta versus Hog off meta. I don't know if you can even call Viper's deck off meta anymore. It's really gained in popularity, and many players other than just Viper play it. You can't really say the same for Makarious, though. Not that many people run the Makarious Mortar Hog deck, and Makarious even told me it does take practice. Now, to that extent, about the practice, nice King Tower activation, but takes a lot of damage from Viper. To that extent, Makarious gave me a whole strategy write-up of a bunch of tips for this deck that I'm going to include here, guys, in the show notes, the text version of these tips. I'll also read them off as we go through the video, okay? But first, let's focus on Viper here. We got about a 10 seconds, 9, make it 8 left in single elixir time, before double elixir time. So let's see what we can do here. We go with the defensive mortar here. Setting up, expecting some sort of a hog push, but instead Viper just goes ahead and unleashes the rocket on the mortar. Very interesting there. We go with a Goblin Gang to pull that Valkyrie into the middle, and then we're going to rely on the minion horde, realizing that the only answer he has is Executioner NATO once that rocket is out of hand. So 561 remaining now on that right tower. We are in Fireball cycle range, so you notice that whenever Makarious is in Fireball cycle range, guys, he just pulls that mortar in, starts relying on those defensive mortars, and then defend. Even those preemptive defensive mortars are a good play here, and it looks like he is going to beat Viper here. I don't want to speak too soon. Needs a couple more fireballs or some chip here, and it looks like Viper's going to allow one of those Spirit Goblins to connect to the right tower. We got 10 seconds left here, guys, and we got a Valkyrie hammering away. Also a, okay, the fireball comes down. Beautiful fireball minion horde there by Makarious, not taking any chances, and then unleashes one zap on that right tower, 382, and another Spirit Goblin connects. Guys, we are in just fireball range here on the right tower. We're just getting the cycle going. There it goes. And one victory in the books. Got plenty more, hopefully, where that came from. Be right back after a word from our sponsor. But first, real quick, guys, a huge shout out to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring today's video. My second channel where I cover Raid Shadow Legends every day is about to hit 10,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for checking it out. I appreciate you. Now, I love Raid Shadow Legends. It is an action RPG, hero collector, all kind of melded into one. I love the strategy and the different elements of the game. And as a matter of fact, guys, I'm going to open one of the most rare shards in the game and pull a champion live for you guys right now. Let's see who we get. Hopefully it's a legendary. We'll see. It's an epic. Ah, bummer. It is a Jingle Hunter who's actually really solid in the game. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, guys. There's some new features coming to the game, and a lot of new features that have already been implemented into the game that I just wanted to update you guys on, especially the new daily login rewards, which are seriously epic, guys. And in a few days, we're going to be getting Dark Elaine as a login reward. It ends all the way with a new free legendary just for logging in and playing. It doesn't have to be consecutively. okay. If you miss a day, you're okay. But Skyle of the Drakes is an amazing legendary champion that you guys can get just for just being active in the game. So join me on my second channel. Check out Raid Shadow Legends, guys. You will get a really solid reward if you click on my link in the description below. Now here's what you'll be getting. You can find it up here in the little mailbox. So go to your inbox and use my link. You'll be getting 100,000 silver. You'll be getting a free champion, the Executioner, who will help you out a lot, especially in campaign farming early on in this game. You'll also be getting 10 mystery shards and 2 clan boss keys. Now this is only available for 30 days, so use my link in the description below. And thank you, Raid Shadow Legends, for sponsoring today's video. Alright guys, next match is underway, and wouldn't you know, here we go against Air Surfer, dude. First Happy New, first Viper, and then Air Surfer. Oh man, this is going to be a really good video, guys. Let's see what he does. He's going to go with those high mortars there. That way they can pose a threat not just after the troops that we're after, the defensive troops, but also on the tower if the opponent does not respond appropriately, just forcing more elixir out of your opponent's hand. I'm going to give you, this is against Air Surfer, oh my god. I'm going to give you his first tip, though, because he gave me so many, and again, the text companion piece to this will be in the show notes below for you guys, okay? He says, number 1, against magic archers, you have to save Fireball and try to get value out of it. Like, try to beat the magic archer with bats or a goblin gang, and then counter push. But if the opponent's pressure on you, you will have to Fireball it and defend with swarm troops, depending on the spells. It says if he has arrows with a cheap deck, never use horde, but if the deck requires high elixir, you need to cycle to it faster than his arrows. So that was 2 tips in 1 there. Basically, translation, doesn't use Fireball against magic archer unless he really has to, because Fireball is so important on the offensive end to get that Hog Rider to the tower oftentimes, or to protect the mortar. But if you have to, go ahead and do so, right? Number 2 is if they have arrows in a fast cycle deck, he's not even going to play his Minion Horde the entire match, and that's an important key for you guys. What do you do with Minion Horde if they have arrows? You don't play it if they have a fast deck. So here we go, against Air Surfer, one of the best guys. I need to get Air Surfer back on the channel. It has been way too long. An amazing player. Excited to see him in the arena this high towards the end of the season. 1817 to 1893 is the damage comparison here, and we immediately go with that mortar again in the left lane. So after these resets, that's when Makarious seems to go with the mortar, and then on the Hog, he seems to go more often with Hog on counterattacks. Poison comes down from Air Surfer. Does he want to deal with this minion horde? And then we go with the Goblin Gang to respond to this Musketeer. Goblin Gang placed right at the side of the tower there. So staying aggressive here with a Hog Rider and the bats. Again, after we defended, actually, I take all that back. It looks like we're just playing this straight up aggressive. If we have the mortar in hand, we'll go for it if there's no defensive structure. If we have the Hog Rider, we'll go for it. And that's exactly what he does here. So we're going to Fireball that Musketeer, take care of her, and let our mortar attach for 1 shot, maybe. Yes, we do get 1 big mortar hit on that left tower. 1 minion helping out as well. Zap comes down. That Hog might get it. No, it does not get a hit. 948 remaining on that left tower as we cross over until sudden death overtime. What the hell is this? Why do I always go to say double elixir time? Jeez, man. Anyway, it's like the firecracker in the Rocketeer, man. I finally got over that one, but still. Double elixir time, sudden death overtime. Not that tough. Anyway, here we go. As a bar barrel down for the opponent, we have bats in response. We also have a Hog Rider coming in the left lane. Fireball comes raining down. That tower is getting low for Air Surfer. 656 HP. Now we are 25 seconds away from triple elixir time. I know that one. And now we have that mortar's not going to lock on. Bar barrel's going to come down. Musketeer's going to be there on defense. They won't need another response. A will Air Surfer. Here comes a knight and a Musketeer. Air Surfer's just trying to get something going here, but Makarious relentless with these Hog Rider attacks and these mortar pressures at the bridge. Another poison comes down on the weak side tower, but a Fireball comes raining down from Makarious, and we are in Fireball Zap range, or very close to. Here comes an aggressive mortar opposite lane for Makarious. Could have went defensive there, but he stays offensive. Actually, that was a wise decision, guys. Reason being is because he knew he was going against Graveyard. Finally, the Graveyard comes down, but we wanted to block that lane there. Very well played. 2 in a row here by Makarious. Go to the next match. All right, guys, against Ruskov. Oh my god, dude. 3 guys in a row who've been on this channel many, many times. This is what top ladder is like on the last day of the season, boys and girls. Here we go. Tip number 2, some tips against Golem. You have to know which spells they're having, and they pressure them with the counter of a spell. Like if you had a bar barrel, if he had a bar barrel, don't pressure Hog Gang and pressure Hog Bats every time. If he doesn't have bar barrel in cycle, you can do it with the Hog and the Gang, but you never mortar against Golem. Unless you need to defend it with the Goblin Gang and taking value of the Fireball Zap on Night Witch and Baby Dragon and Horde. So basically, never mortar against Golem. Interesting tip there. We have Lava Hound coming in next. We'll share that in the next match because I want to focus on this Ruskov match. Another graveyard matchup, it looks like here. We go in with the Bats and the Hog Rider. So obviously, one of the strategy keys here, guys, to the deck, and another way of saying that tip, that convoluted tip where I butchered when I was reading off, is honestly to make sure you're paying attention to their small spells in any matchup, right? Golem and everything else, right? Make sure that you have, okay, they have Log, they have Bar Barrel, always go in aggressively with your Bats with the Hog Rider. If you know they don't have it in the cycle, switch it up and go with the Goblin Gang. Don't be afraid to apply pressure, but don't do it haphazardly. Don't do it stupidly, knowing that they have a great counter right there in hand. Just make sure you're keeping track of their small spells. This time, a minion horde envelops that Baby D in the right lane, and here we go in the counter attack with the Hog Rider, a few minions. Knight comes down for Ruskov, but not before that Hog is hammering away, guys, at that right tower, taking it down to 760. See how we went aggressive there, even into the graveyard, kind of clogging up the lane there. First, we take care of the Baby D with the minion horde, then we attack with that Hog Rider. Now the damage is close to even, and we go with the offensive mortar again here. So a bomb tower comes down at the bridge, Bats help chip away, and we push a musketeer out of the hand of the opponent. We do zap there. I'm not sure if the bomb tower actually targeted our spear goblins, so that could have been a small mistake there. Here comes a poison aggressively for Ruskov, and we go in again with that Hog Rider. Now NATO is in hand by the opponent, but we're able to get a hit in there. Oh my god, were we able to get a hit in there? I didn't even notice, but I guess we were able to get a hit there. Either that or it was just, I don't know, I missed that damage. Was it the goblins? I don't know. 278 remaining on that right tower, guys. We're going to have another victory against, no. A naked graveyard poison is going to take that right tower down. I'm speaking way too soon. This is definitely going to be a game that goes into sudden death. Here we go. Makarious setting up with another offensive mortar. A bomb tower comes down. We have spirit goblins at the ready. So chipping away again at that bomb tower, keeping that mortar alive for maybe one hit on that left tower. Let's see if we can get it here. 4, 3, 2. Nope, Knight comes down in time, so no damage to the tower, but we do have the damage advantage. We go with the Hog Rider there right underneath the Baby D, allowing our Spirit Goblins to do a little bit of chip before that Baby D gets to our left tower. It actually has scratched that mortar down again just in the nick of time, supporting with Spirit Goblins again, as we've seen him have the tendency of doing here. Spirit Goblins stay alive long enough to kill that Musketeer, and here comes a minion horde against the bomb tower. All right, Skeleton cycled, getting to another Baby Dragon for Ruskov. So nice defense there by Ruskov. Nothing that Makarious can do right now is really effective on the offensive end. This time he goes with the Hog Rider in the pocket, hoping he can catch him without the NATO. The NATO does come down, no Hog Rider hits. But more importantly, we were able to get that offensive mortar, distracting that Baby D again, keeping the tower damage from that graveyard to a minimum by attacking with that Hog Rider when Ruskov was at 3 elixir. And here we go again. This time the Hog Rider diverting that Baby D away. Hog's gonna get 2 hits to the left tower. Somehow we're able to get by both the bomb tower and the tornado. This is not an easy matchup here, guys. And we go with the Bats on top of that Musketeer. We're in triple elixir time, 59 spectators on our side of the arena. We go with Goblin Gang and Spear Goblins, both sides of the tower, making sure we mitigate that poison value. We go with the Mortar and the Hog Rider. Let's see, Fireball comes down, and boom, Fireball connects, Hog Rider connects, 287 HP, 60 live spectators, and this is going to be GG's here, guys. All we need is one more Fireball onto that tower. Ruskov is cycling furiously, but that's going to do it. Fireball comes down. That's 3 in a row for Makarious, the free-to-play phenom. Let's go, or the free-to-play phenom. Let's go to the next match. All right, guys, the next one against Ghost here. Wow, we go up against a non-CRL pro player, but you never know. Maybe it is. Who knows, right? Against Lava, against Lava Hound, tip number 3. You pressure Hog Goblin Gang opposite lane every time they drop a Lava Hound. And if he puts a balloon behind the Lava Hound, put a mortar in the same lane to distract the lava and make the tower connect to the balloon and destroy it, so you can easily defend with cheapest cards like bats or spirit goblins, and fireball if he pressures besides lava after the lava pops. So there you go. There's another tip for you against Lava Hound, guys. Meanwhile, look at this matchup we're going against here, guys. It is the, ooh, I hate going against this deck. It is an Elixir Golem, Magic Archer, Battle Healer, Fireball, Barbarian Hut deck. You hate to see it, and as a matter of fact, guys, tomorrow's video is going to be even worse than this deck that we're facing right now, guys. Seriously, it's not going to be good. It's going to be a spawner deck with Ram Riders, so get ready for that one as well. Here comes a bar barrel down for the opponent. We already lose a tower to that first Battle Healer E-Golem push. Now we have to go aggressive, but now we're going to have Barbarian Huts to contend with. Let's go on to the next tip here, guys. Against Logbait, Princess is such an annoying card, and you also have the barrel because you don't have to... I'm just going to include the tips for you guys. You guys can read them out yourself. Against Logbait, Princess is so annoying, and also the barrel, because you don't have Log. But to master this game, you have to get rid of the Princess with Horde or Mortar, and have Hog opposite lane and Zap in your hand, because he will put a gang in the middle of the arena to distract both, so you must be fast and attack. So calm in defense, fast and aggressive in offense. Also, if he has Cannon Cart or Rascals or many cards, you need to log them so you can have your mortar on defense. So there you go. All game, only Hog cheap damage. Again, these tips will be in writing for you guys in the show notes below. Apologies. So here we go. Not really able to get a big comeback going on in this match so far against Ghost. 40, 39, 38 seconds left. We need something, we need a miracle here, because how do we get by this Barbarian Hut? Well, no Barbarian Hut to speak of this time, but NATO is in hand. But again, the Tornado and the Barbarian Hut, what can we do here? We go Minion Horde on defense in the right lane. Battle Healer takes care of the Hog Rider before we can get that last important swing on that left tower. We go with the offensive mortar here, but we knew the opponent was probably going to go ahead and just play that Barbarian Hut. Barbarian Hut is down, but there's only 10 seconds left. Nice high mortar there, just trying to do anything, any sort of a Hail Mary here to win this match, but this is going to be our first loss, ironically, against a non-CRL pro player here in the first 4 matches. I guess Ruskov is not either, but he's a top ladder player. Let's go on to another one, guys. All right, guys, against MB Chile. I don't want to say who's on this one, but this could be one of the top players in the world. Here we go. The next tip is, also, I want to say there are some games that just doesn't depend on the 2 win conditions. In many games, you will use one way more than the other, like in P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam games where you're using the Hog Rider more than the Mortar. So just kind of keep in mind that you don't always have to equally use both of your win conditions in the deck at the same frequency, right? Just lean on whatever the matchup dictates. Now we're going against this new deck here. You guys know the one. It is the #1 Heal Spirit deck. It's the deck that Mugi used to get to the world record before it was probably rebroken and reset a million times. Now Fireball comes down for Makarious on the right lane, taking care of those piggies and the rest of that hunter 1 minute into this match. So here we go. Log comes down on that Goblin Gang. This is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a tough one here. Be very interesting to see where MB Chile ends on top ladder. Certainly one of my favorite players to watch in the game. Here we go with an offensive mortar setup. Ice Golem does come down, trying to catch the opponent and try to, when you go offensive with mortars, especially in single elixir time, what you're really doing is dictating the pace of the match, right? We're going with the mortar. We bait out the Ice Golem, the Hunter, and then we go Hog Bats in the opposite lane. What do? We bait out his mini P.E.K.K.A. counter. So now both of his best counters are out of hand, and he's sitting on a Log, a Heal Spirit, a Royal Hogs, and his last card right now. So it's kind of a weird hand now for MB Chile, and we can just defend easily with the Fireball there, and we're right back in the driver's seat. We can go with an aggressive mortar and see how the loop is going to repeat, right, guys? Now, MB Chile, again, forced to go with defensive options. We do have Fireball in hand right now. Let's see what we do. Now, we don't have Fireball in hand. My bad. We just used it against the Royal Hogs. So Magic Archer was a good decision. Now we go in with the bats again. And the bats are going to envelop that magic archer before the heal spirit had time to heal him back up, guys. And we go immediately with the minion horde at the bridge there. Magic archer comes down for the opponent. We have a hunter in the left. We go ahead and space very, very nicely. Spear goblins and mortar separated there. We're going to finish off that magic archer with the mortar, I think. No, Magic Archer wins the battle of the mortar, and now we have a Mini P.E.K.K.A running down with the Heal Spirit in front of him in the left lane. We have a log coming down, and let's see, Minion Horde and a Hog to pull that Mini P.E.K.K.A back up for a second. Nice job there by Makarious. This is a really, really intense match here. Zap comes down, Heal Spirit comes down. That's gonna not heal that Hunter outside of the radius. Nice Fireball opportunity, and we take it definitely, and we're gonna go splitting that Goblin Gang as well. Bats played on the Hunter, making sure we mitigate damage, especially in that right lane here. 26-14 remaining. We have a Magic Archer set up on the defensive side here for MB Chile. Again, about 10 seconds into sudden death overtime. Here we go. Mini P.E.K.K.A push. Trying something a little bit different is MB Chile. We go in with a Hog Rider. Hog Rider's going to bypass everybody, but Hunter says, not so fast, buddy. He has the shotgun blast to the head of that Hog Rider. Oof. And here we go again. It's going to be a mortar setup high, forcing an immediate response again with that high mortar there out of Makarious. Notice he is not going with those defensive mortars. It's a mistake that I see a lot of people play with this deck the first time that they pick up this deck, right? Is going with the low mortars on defense all the time as if you're playing Mortar Cycle. It's about high mortars now, guys, on the defensive end especially. Waiting until the last moment and then using those high mortars. So we go in with a Hog Bats again in the left-hand lane here. A big push coming in the right. It's going to be a nice fireball opportunity. We're going to have to mitigate that with a zap, and we do. But look at all this damage, guys. Look at all the damage we just got in the left. Oh, my God. And that's going to be game. A zap fireball will finish it off. They go with a Desperation Magic Archer in the right. We go with bats. And here we go. We have fireball in hand. That's fireball zap. Boom. Wow. Well played there. I was worried for a second, but able to make a very nice comeback at the end there is Makarious. Let's go ahead and do one more, guys. Alright guys, here we go against X-Medium. X-Medium, another top ladder player. Sorry, about 15 seconds late to this match. Took him forever to find a match here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this gameplay and it's given you a little inspiration maybe to try this very, very free-to-play friendly deck here, played by Makarious, under $50 spent inside the game and still able to compete at top ladder, doing it with one specific deck. And this is the only deck, obviously, that he has maxed out. He just concentrated on requesting a bunch of Hog Riders, a bunch of Fireballs as his rares, and then Mortar as his commons, used his trade tokens, you know, vigilantly, and played in special challenges here and there when he had the resources to do so, allowed him to max out this one deck, and then after that, I mean, the rest is history, right? He just mastered it. So here we go. It's going to be a Sparky deck that we're going to contend with here by X-Medium. Ooh, this is an interesting Sparky deck. Do you think it's a Giant or a Goblin Giant as the last card? Has the Skarmy and the minions in there. Yeah, I don't even know what it is, honestly. I don't know if it, I guess I'm just gonna guess that it's a Giant, but who knows, right? Usually you see Goblin Giant with Sparky, but it is ladder, so I'm gonna go Giant. Here we go with the Spear Goblins at the bridge from Makarious, trying to apply a little bit of extra pressure. I see you guys with the Inferno Tower emotes and the spectators. I see you guys. Here we go. It's going to be a Hog Rider coming down the right lane. Mini P.E.K.K.A in response. Trying to get some value out of those bats. Chipping away at the Mini P.E.K.K.A. Hopefully we don't have to respond to it at all. Let's see if he does. Mini P.E.K.K.A's reach is so okay. Nice job. And that was all bats value there, guys. That was all getting a lot of good value from our bats. Here comes the minion horde here by X-Medium. We still haven't seen his tank here with 3 seconds remaining in regulation time, or I should say in single elixir time. Now we cross over into double elixir time, and here comes the bats, and here comes the Sparky. We'll see the tank this sequence for sure. Now we go in with the defensive mortar setup, the low defensive mortar, knowing it's going to be a big beatdown push. We also go with that Fireball there. There's the Giant. So Fireball all used on Sparky, definitely noteworthy. Now arrows are in hand and they're used immediately for the opponent. That frees us up to use the bats there. Zap comes down from the opponent as well though. Do we have Zap of our own? We don't need it. Wow, nice hesitation there by Makarious. I think I would have been too scared. What about you guys at home? I would have been too scared. Zap comes down beautifully on the offensive end by Makarious, allowing the Hog Rider to score 1 hit on that right tower, guys. Here we go with the Spear Goblins in the back. It's tough to get through the Zap. Ooh, nice hit with the Mini P.E.K.K.A. It's tough to get by both the Zap and the arrows when playing against this deck, right? I mean, look at our deck. everything that we have is arrows and zappable. And arrows do come down again. That's going to free us up to be able to use... Oh, nice fireball. Hits the mini P.E.K.K.A as well. Zap comes... Okay, Zap is down. We missed 3 of those bats with the Zap, but it doesn't matter. We pull everything to the center. Beautiful defense again by Makarious. So here we go, guys. 15 seconds into overtime. We have the Skarmy coming down on our Spirit Goblins, and immediately the bats in response from Makarious. We go with that defensive mortar again. Rinse and repeat here on the defensive end. We have the mortar, we have the fireball, just like last time. Let's see if we go with the minions again, or does he send the predictive arrows in? Now, he can't. The opponent can't really afford to waste a predictive arrows there, and they don't use arrows at all. So now we can just clean up very, very nicely here. Hopefully, we have bats coming down. We have a Spirit Goblin going down. Nice delay on those defensive units, knowing the arrows were saved in hand because the opponent did not use them on our minion horde. So here we go, almost at triple elixir time. Now we're going to go with the Hog and the minions, recognizing that the opponent does not have their arrows in hand. So we get those minions not to the tower, but we get the tower down to 788. Here we go, again, defensive mortar. We have a giant here at the bridge for the opponent. We have bats down on our end of the arena, and here comes a nice fireball opportunity for us, and it does come down, able to cycle to 2 fireballs there. Beautiful cycling to his fireball. Spirit Goblins played. Here comes a Hog Rider in the right lane. Here comes mini P.E.K.K.A in response for the opponent, and we don't score a hit there. So high, bats are down. Minion horde here, kind of a desperation play by X Medium. Desperation minion horde there at the bridge. We're gonna go with another fireball. 496 remaining on that tower here, guys. All we need is the fireball zap cycle, and you saw 1 zap there being used against that Sparky with 19, 18, 17 seconds left in this match, guys. All we need to do is hold on for dear life. We fireball that Sparky. We're not playing around here. Here comes the minion horde at the bridge. We have the Goblin Gang down. We use a zap. 8, 7 seconds left. We have Spirit Goblins played. Another zap is down. We pull everything back with the bats and we fireball. We're not messing around here on the defensive end. We don't need the damage onto the tower. Let's play it safe. Use our fireball on defense, and there we go. Another victory from Makarious, guys. Thank you for watching my video. I appreciate it. Hopefully these live ladder matches provide you a nice distraction from life as we know it. Huge shout out to Makarious. Check out his player stats and profile, links to statsroyale.com. Thank you for using my creator code CWA, guys. In all Supercell games, I'm doing a $100 giveaway here on the community tab, a $100 giveaway on my Twitter, $100 giveaway on my Instagram, and a $100 giveaway on my Facebook, as well as supporting community leagues thanks to you guys using my creator code. So thank you so much. And also an unpaid, unsponsored shout out to World War Doe. I'm having a fun time there, guys, as well with you guys in my clans. And thank you for supporting me on my Raid Shadow Legends channel. Let's try to get that to 10K. That'd be pretty cool. If you have any interest in the game, you want to check it out, feel free to check out my second YouTube channel where I have a lot of guides and stuff on there as well. So again, follow Makarious on social medias. Check out his player profile. I think I already said that. Thanks to statsroyale.com, and everything that you guys need, including those text tips for this deck, all be listed for you guys below. So guys, huge shout out to Brent Chong, my YouTube partner. Check out his information as well. Thank you, and as always, take care, guys.